After a period of uncertainty, India and the United States are re-engaging in trade discussions, sparking renewed hope that a stalled bilateral agreement might finally move forward. Chief negotiators of India and the US have commenced talks on the proposed trade agreement to iron out issues in the wake of steep tariffs that have created uncertainties for exporters, an official said on Tuesday. Brendan Lynch, the Assistant US Trade Representative for South and Central Asia, is leading the American team, while Rajesh Agarwal, Special Secretary in the Department of Commerce, is India's chief negotiator. Tensions between the two nations escalated after US President Donald Trump imposed a steep 50% tariff on Indian goods. The move was partly in response to India's continued imports of Russian oil and defense equipment, something that India has defended as essential for its energy security. The tariffs, however, triggered a sharp downturn in trade relations and disrupted several Indian export sectors, including garments, seafood, and jewelry. Today's meeting is being watched closely by analysts and businesses alike. Agarwal, who is leading the Indian side in these discussions, emphasized that the goal is to explore a path toward a possible agreement and not to launch the next round of negotiations just yet. The mood, however, has shifted recently. In public remarks, US officials who were previously critical of India have sounded more conciliatory. Trade advisor Peter Navarro, one of India's harshest critics, acknowledged that India is coming to the table and said that negotiations will now be tested for progress. Even recent social media interactions between Trump and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi have fueled optimism. Trump described ongoing efforts to reduce trade barriers, while Modi responded by calling the US a close friend and natural partner. Adding to the momentum, Sergio Gore, Trump's nominee for US ambassador to India, expressed confidence that a deal could be reached in the coming weeks. During his confirmation hearing, he stated that both sides are now working through the final details of the agreement. Still, major obstacles remain, particularly in the areas of agriculture and dairy. The US has long sought expanded access to India's vast agricultural market, which it views as a high potential export destination. But India has consistently resisted, citing concerns about food security and the livelihoods of millions of small-scale farmers. US Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick recently questioned India's agricultural stance, asking why a country with 1.4 billion people would not import even a small quantity of US corn. Indian economists and policy experts, however, argue that protecting the domestic farm sector is essential and warn against caving to foreign pressure on such a sensitive issue. As the two sides engage in preliminary discussions, the outcome remains uncertain. But after months of stalemate, the very fact that talks have resumed is being seen as a sign of hope that progress may still be possible.